Everyone wants to find the best dentist. If you go online and search for one, you'll see thousands of 5-star reviews, photos of sparkling white offices, and lists of high-tech equipment. But as a dentist who spends every day in the trenches of clinical practice, I've realized that the idea of a greatest dentist is actually a bit of a myth. What one patient considers the best, another might find completely wrong for them. One person wants a dentist who is a social butterfly and chats about their family. Another person just wants someone who works in focused silence and gets the job done efficiently. Today, I want to pull back the curtain on our profession. I want to talk about what actually goes into the craft, the science, and the philosophy of dentistry. We are going to look at the pillars that build a great practice: technical skill, people skills, technology, knowledge, the team, and even the environment. But more importantly, I want to share a perspective that might change how you look at success entirely. Because being a great dentist isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about a journey of self-improvement that never truly ends. Let's start with the most obvious requirement: technical skill. At the very foundation, a dentist needs to be able to perform the work, and they should do it well. Dentistry is essentially surgery performed in a very small, dark, and wet environment. It requires the hand-eye coordination of a jeweler and the structural precision of an architect. However, here is the secret that many people don't realize. Skill is not a static trophy that you win once and keep forever. It is a muscle that must be constantly trained. When I go to dental conventions and seminars, do you know who I see sitting in the front row, taking the most notes? It's often the oldest, most experienced dentists in the room. They have been practicing for 30 or 40 years, yet they are still there, trying to refine their technique. They understand that the moment you think you have mastered dentistry is the moment you become dangerous. Even the most skilled dentists in the world make mistakes because we are human beings working on biological systems that don't always follow the rules. This is why superb technical skill doesn't always guarantee a happy patient. Skill is the entry fee, but it isn't the whole game. Greatness isn't about being perfect. It's about the humility to keep learning so that you are better today than you were yesterday. This leads us to the second pillar: people skills. There is an old saying in our profession that every young dentist should tattoo on their brain. Remember, there is a person attached to the tooth. It sounds simple, but when you are struggling with a complex root canal or a difficult extraction, it is very easy to lose sight of the human being in the chair. The reality of our industry is that most patients cannot actually tell if a filling was done with technical perfection. They can't see the marginal seal, the internal anatomy, or the bond strength, but they know exactly how they felt while they were with you. They know if they were listened to, if their anxiety was acknowledged, and if they were treated with dignity. Dentists with better people skills almost always have better clinical outcomes because their patients trust them enough to follow their advice. However, being great at people skills doesn't just mean being nice, it means being adaptable. A great dentist is an observer. They recognize that some patients are terrified and need extra time and comfort, while others are busy professionals who want you to keep the small talk to a minimum and get the job done. True communication is about meeting the patient exactly where they are. Now, for the third pillar, let's talk about the gadgets. We live in an incredible era of dental technology. We have 3D scanners that replace goopy impressions, AI that helps us spot cavities on X-rays, and lasers that can perform surgery with minimal bleeding. These tools are amazing, and they certainly help impress patients and make a practice feel modern. But we have to remember one thing: a tool is only as good as the person holding it. Think of it this way: if you give a high-end scientific calculator to a 6th grade student, they still won't be able to solve complex calculus. But if you give that same tool to a mathematics professor, they can map the stars. The wielder of the tool determines the value of the tool. A beautiful piano doesn't make a great pianist, and $1 million dental office doesn't make a great dentist. Technology should be used to enhance a dentist's existing skill, not to mask a lack of it. A great dentist uses technology to make the patient's life easier and the treatment more predictable, but they never rely on the gadget to do the thinking for them. Behind the hands and the gadgets is the fourth pillar: knowledge. Dentists are, by nature, clever people. You have to be to survive the years of chemistry, biology, and medical training required to earn the degree. But in our world, cleverness is useless if it isn't backed by action. This is what makes dentistry so uniquely difficult. You have to be a high-level thinker and a high-level doer at the same time. You have to understand the microscopic biology of the bone and the complex physics of how teeth come together. And then you have to translate all that theory into a physical result in a space the size of a postage stamp. A dentist who knows everything but cannot execute is a theorist. A dentist who can execute but doesn't have the deep knowledge is just a technician. To be truly great, you have to bridge that gap every single day, making sure your hands can do what your brain knows is right. Then we have the fifth pillar that exists outside of the dentist's own body, the team and the environment. You can be the most talented clinician on the planet, but if your receptionist is rude or your dental assistant is unprepared, the patient's experience is ruined before you even walk into the room. A great dentist builds a culture where the team is an extension of their own care. When a team is synchronized, the patient feels a sense of safety and flow, and closely tied to the team is the concept of hygiene, both personal and of the office. This is the silent language of trust. If a patient walks into a waiting room and sees dust on the baseboards or a cluttered front desk, they subconsciously start to worry. They think, if they don't care about the things I can see, do they really care about the things I can't see, like the sterilization of the instruments or the quality of the materials going into my mouth? Cleanliness is more than just health. It is a reflection of the dentist's respect for the patient and the profession itself. But here is the final, most important truth. Even if you do all of these things to the absolute best of your ability, if you have the best skills, the smartest team, the cleanest office, and the kindest heart, there will still be patients who walk out and say, "You are not a great dentist." They might not like the music you play, they might think your office is too far away, or they might just not click with your personality. So, is being a great dentist really about what patients think, feel, or say about you? If that were the case, there would be no such thing as an objectively great dentist, because you simply cannot make everyone happy. We cannot see the future, and we cannot bend the laws of physics to guarantee a perfect outcome every single time. The only thing any dentist can actually do is to commit to the infinite game of self-improvement. You are currently the greatest dentist you have ever been, right up until the moment you learn something new and become even better. Greatness isn't a destination you reach where you can finally stop trying. It is a road of forever new challenges, new problems, and new mistakes to learn from. This path means that while you will have many patients who are incredibly happy with your work, you will also have some who aren't. That is okay. It doesn't mean you are failing, it means you are still on the path. So, keep refining your social game, keep sharpening your communication, keep obsessing over your hygiene and your knowledge. Don't worry about being the best in the world. Just focus on being better than the version of yourself that walked into the office yesterday. That is what true greatness looks like.